Morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the cardiac cycle. Cycle already you have discussed. So just some sequential events you have to discuss today. The sequential event in the heart which is cyclically repeated. Sequential event in the heart that is cyclically repeated is called the cardiac cycle. It consists of systole, means contraction, and diastole, means relaxation of both the atria and the ventricle. So in cardiac cycle, the systemic or regular systole and diastole of the atria and ventricle is going on, and that event is known as the cardiac cycle. The heart beats 72 times per minute, all of you know, and that many cardiac cycles are performed per minute. Okay, means 72 times the cardiac cycle is occurring. From this, it could be deduced that the duration of cardiac cycle is 0.8 second. Okay, during a cardiac cycle, each ventricle pump out approximately 70 milliliter of blood, which is called the stroke volume. I mean, each ventricle, we can say the contraction of the ventricle pump out approximately how many? What is 70 milliliter of blood? The stroke volume multiplied by the heart rate, means that is 72 times, gives the cardiac output. Therefore, the cardiac output can be defined as the volume of blood pumped out by each ventricle per minute, an average 5000 milliliter. You can see that one per stroke, means per contraction, the 70 milliliter of blood is coming out, that is called the stroke volume. And how many beats are there? 72 times the heart is beating, means 72 times the cardiac cycle is performing. Okay, 72 times the cardiac out, that is called the stroke volume is what occurring. The stroke volume is per contraction of the ventricle, what is the amount of blood is coming out, 70 milliliter, or 72 times heart is beating in a minute. So 72 into 70, that means we can say 5000 milliliter, 5000 milliliter of blood, 5000 milliliter approximately, or 5 liter in a healthy individual is coming out per minute. That is called from the heart. So that is called cardiac output. So cardiac output is actually, what is the definition here? So it is defined as the volume of the blood pumped out by each ventricle per minute. Okay, and per each time, we can say each ventricle pumped out approximately 70 milliliter of blood, which is called the stroke volume per cardiac cycle, one cardiac cycle. Okay, so one cardiac cycle consisting of the systole and diastole of the heart, we can say the both atria and ventricle. Now, during each cardiac cycle, already I have discussed that one. Two prominent sounds are produced, that is, one is lub and another is dub here. Lub means which one? The first heart sound, that is associated with the closure of the tricuspid and bicuspid valve, and second heart sound dub is associated with the closure of the semilunar valves. Already we have discussed. Now we are coming for the electrocardiograph or ECG. ECG is a graphical representation. ECG is what? Graphical representation of the electrical activity of the heart during a cardiac cycle. So during one cardiac cycle, what is the electrical activity going on in the heart? That is actually represented by graphically, that is called ECG, electrocardiograph. To obtain the standard ECG, we have to see the figure here. This is the electrocardiograph one, we can say, of a standard ECG, diagrammatic representation. A patient is connected to the machine with three electrical leads, one on each wrist and another left ankle, that continuously monitor the heart activity. For a detailed evaluation, the heart's function, multiple leads are attached to the chest region. So that already, that is actually the mechanism how it is working. Now we are coming about the electrocardiograph. So each peak in the ECG is identified with the letter from P to T. So we can start from P, then Q, R, S, then T. So what is the P signifying here? P is the representation of the electrical excitation or depolarization of the atria. Means that is called contraction both of the atria. So it is called depolarization or electrical excitation of the atria. Then QRS, that is the QRS complex is depolarization of the ventricles. That is called electrical excitation or depolarization of the ventricles, which initiate the ventricle contraction. This is is the atrium contraction, this is ventricle contraction. And what is the T signified? T wave represents the return of the ventricle from the excited state to normal state. That is called repolarization of the ventricle. So that is actually T wave makes the end of the which one, the we can say the systole of the ventricle there. So P is the systole of we can say the contraction of the atria. QR is the systole, or the we can say the contraction or the depolarization of the ventricle, and T is the repolarization, relaxation, you can say the end of the contraction of which one, the ventricle here. This is total is called the graphical representation, that is called the ECG. Okay, so by counting the number of QRS complexes that occur in a given time period, one can determine the heartbeat rate and individual. Since the ECG obtained from different individuals have roughly the same shape for a given lead configuration, any deviation from this shape indicate the possible abnormality. Suppose this is a normal shape here. If any deviation is coming, that can coming about the abnormality or disease. So it is called it has great clinical significance. So this is called ECG electrocardiogram, by which we can find out the heart is working properly or not, and the systole and diastole of atrium and ventricle are working properly or not. Next one, we are coming for the double circulation. The blood pumped out, why it is double? It is actually consisting of systemic and it is pulmonary. Two types of circulation are going on in our body, in our heart. So one is systemic circulation, that is consisting of the heart to body, body to heart, and another is coming as we can say the pulmonary circulation. You can see this one is pulmonary circulation, where body, heart to lungs, lungs to heart. This is one circulation, and another circulation is coming about the heart to body, body to heart. That is called systemic circulation. So that is coming from which one? Left ventricle. So from left ventricle, the oxygenated blood is coming to the body, and body is accepting the oxygen and releasing the CO2. The CO2 is blood is coming here in the right atrium. That is called systemic circulation. And from the right ventricle, the deoxygenated blood is coming to the lungs, and from lungs, oxygen, the blood become oxygenated and coming to the left atrium. This is called pulmonary circulation. So two types of circulations are there, and that's what is called double circulation. Okay, so I am saying from here, the blood pumped out by the right ventricle enters the pulmonary artery, whereas the left ventricle pumps blood into the aorta. So right ventricle to pulmonary artery. So from right ventricle it is coming to the pulmonary artery, and it is coming to the lungs, and then it is coming to the again coming back by oxygenated into the left atrium of the heart. That is called the pulmonary circulation. And the deoxygenated blood pumped into the pulmonary artery is passed on the lungs, from where the oxygenated blood is carried out by the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. So pulmonary, these are called pulmonary veins. This is called pulmonary artery. They are artery, but they are carrying the, this is the exception. Already I told you, this is the exception. They are carrying which one? CO2 rich blood. And they are pulmonary veins, but they are carrying the oxygenated blood to where? Left atrium. Okay, next one we are coming for the oxygenated blood entering the aorta is carried by the network of arteries, arterioles, capillaries to the tissues, from where the deoxygenated blood is collected by the system of venules, veins and vena cava. Means that is the miniature form is venules, then venules are combining to form the veins, veins are combining to form the vena cava. Means that is the largest one, largest vein in our body. And same way arteries, arterioles and capillaries. Means arteries are branching into arterioles, arterioles are branching into capillaries. Again aorta is the main artery in our body, or largest artery in our body. So that aorta is branching into arteries, arteries into arterioles, arterioles into capillaries. In that way they are branching, and capillaries are the unit cell membrane structure is there, so their diffusions are going on. मतलब जितना diffusion है nutritional as well as the gaseous exchange all are going on. बहुत ही पतला होगा तभी diffusion possible है. तो ये that is the thinnest one, finest one. And in case of hair also, this is the thinnest one. Capillaries is the combination of which one? The venules and the, we can say the arterioles also. Means capillaries are actually, we can say the finest structure of the blood vessels. Okay. This is the systemic circulation. The systemic circulation, systemic, not systematic. Systemic circulation provides nutrients, oxygen and other essential substances to the tissues and takes CO2 and other harmful substances away for elimination. Unique. So this is about which one? Two types of circulation. One is systemic circulation. This one is systemic circulation. This one is pulmonary circulation. From left ventricle, through the aorta, the oxygenated blood is coming to the which one? Aorta, then arteries, then arterioles, arterioles, then capillaries, and then the exchange is working with the body parts and the capillaries, and then they are taking the oxygen, they are releasing the CO2 as well as the some waste product also, and this blood is becoming now CO2 rich blood. They are coming back by superior and inferior vena cava to the right atrium of our heart, and from the right ventricle the deoxygenated blood is coming to the lungs by which one? Pulmonary artery, and then from the lungs the oxygenated blood is coming back to the left atrium by pulmonary vein. So this system is called the pulmonary circulation, and this is called the systemic circulation, because heart to body, body to heart, here heart to lungs, lungs to heart. So two types of circulation, especially it is going on double circulation. Another one, unique vascular connection exists between the digestive tract and liver called the hepatic portal system. This is also coming. The hepatic portal vein carries the blood from intestine to the liver before it is delivered to the systemic circulation. So when the it is coming intestine to the liver, it is carried out by the hepatic portal vein and before it is delivered to the systemic circulation. A special coronary system, one more system is there of blood vessels, is present in our body exclusively for the circulation of the blood from the cardiac musculature. तो cardiac musculature में जो blood supply करते हैं, that they are called coronary system, and where the hepatic portal system, that is digestive tract and liver, their portal system is working, the vascular system is working, that is called the hepatic portal system. These are the extra system, circulatory system is there. Next one, we are coming for the regulation of cardiac activity. How the cardiac activity is regulated. All of you know that the heart is myogenic because the heart is regulated intrinsically, auto-regulation, specialized muscle, muscles oriented. That's why it is called the myogenic. Special neural center in the medulla oblongata can moderate the cardiac, we can say the function through autonomic nervous system, that is called ANS. It consists of sympathetic and parasympathetic nerve. So neural signals through the sympathetic nerve, that is autonomic nervous system की जो part है sympathetic nerves, है ना, they can increase the rate of heartbeat and strength of ventricular contraction, thereby the cardiac output. So they are increasing the rate of heartbeat and ventricular contraction as well as, and so that the cardiac output, that is actually the total amount of the volume of blood which is coming out in the from the heart in minute, that is called the cardiac output. On the other hand, parasympathetic neural signals, another component of ANS consisting of autonomic nervous system, consisting of sympathetic as well as the parasympathetic. Sympathetic in increasing the heart rate, whereas the parasympathetic decrease the rate of heart. Speed of conduction of action potential and thereby the cardiac output. Adrenal medullary hormone can increase the cardiac output. Adrenal, that is emergency hormone, all of you know that one. So these are the regulation of the cardiac activity. Next we are coming for the disorder. So first disorder is hypertension, that is called high blood pressure. Hypertension is the term of blood pressure that is higher than normal. Normal is 120/80. So in this measurement, 120 millimeter Hg is the systolic or pumping pressure, and 80 millimeter Hg is the diastolic or resting pressure. So systolic and diastolic 120/80 is if repeated checks of the blood pressure in the individual is 140/90 or 140/90 or higher, it shows the hypertension. High blood pressure leads to heart disease and also affect the vital organs like brain and kidney. Next one, we are coming for the coronary artery disease, that is actually CAD. Coronary artery disease is often referred to the arteriosclerosis and affects the vessels that supply the blood to the heart muscles. Coronary already circulation already we learned now. It is caused by deposits of calcium, fat, cholesterol, fibrous tissue which makes the lumen of the arteries narrower. जितना artery narrow हो जाएगा उतना ही क्या हो जाएगा ना, blood pressure increase हो जाएगा. इसको बोलते हैं coronary artery disease. Coronary मतलब the blood, coronary circulation means the blood which is supplying the blood to the which one, the heart muscles. Next one is coming angina. It is also called the angina pectoris. A symptom of acute chest pain appear when no enough oxygen is reaching the heart muscles. Angina can occur in men and women of any age, but it is more common among the middle-aged and elderly. It occurs due to conditions that affect the blood flow. So the scarcity of oxygen and because of acute chest pain is occurring. That is called angina. Heart failure. Heart failure means the state of heart which is not pumping blood effectively enough to meet the needs of the body. It is sometimes called the congestive heart failure because congestion of the lungs is one of the main symptoms of the disease. Heart failure is not the same as cardiac arrest when the heart stops beating, or a heart attack when the heart muscle is suddenly damaged by an inadequate blood supply. So this is heart failure, means that when the supply of the blood in the body is not sufficient, and that is called the heart failure. It is not pumping the blood properly. So it is not heart attack, means that is the damage of the heart muscle by inadequate blood supply, and it is next one is a cardiac arrest, that is heart stops beating, that is called cardiac arrest. It is not same. Heart failure is another thing, and cardiac arrest and the heart attack in another thing.